Hello guys. Whew, it is chilly. My car tells me it's 0 degrees, but about an hour and a half ago it was -4. Anyways, it's my day off today. I've given myself a day off, which I struggle to do. And in order to give myself a day off, I have to remove myself from the house because I just default to work otherwise. I've been to the gym this morning, so I've done that, grabbed some shopping bits. And now we are going to do the Bath Skyline walk, which I've been meaning to do for ages and just not got around to it. So today is the day. I was actually going to go across to Wales and climb a mountain, but the weather's unpredictable. I've also got a meeting tonight as well in Bristol, and it's just going to be a bit of a stress with time. So I thought, you know what, we'll stay local, but not too local, like out the front door, and we'll go and do the Bath Skyline. So it's about 12k. I just thought I'd take you along Bath Skyline with me and we can have a chit chat as we go. I better switch the camera on, otherwise this whole episode is just going to be B-roll of this walk, which, by the way, is just what the doctor ordered. It's just so nice to be out somewhere new, seeing new things. It's super fab. So we're about 5.5k in. I think this might be a little bit shorter than 12k. We've cut out the main. I parked in a golf course which said for patrons only, and I was like, well, I could be one. We parked in there because the parking around here is just an absolute nightmare. So yeah, we cut out the bottom bit of Bath, which also means we cut out a bit of hill as well, which is quite nice because it's Bath, it's very hilly. But yeah, it's just super nice to be out, getting some fresh air and just mulling over the mind. There's just, yeah, been so much peopling the last couple of months in the run up to Christmas. Christmas itself and the beginning of the year was quite busy, or we're still at the beginning of the year, but yeah, it's been a busy start. You know, after my last little road trip last week, I spent this week kind of just regrounding myself at home. I don't have to go anywhere for a couple of weeks now. It's just nice to get back to me, just get back to myself, and I find these long walks really help with that. And it's a beautiful sunny day today, which is why, even though I saw that it was going to be -4, I just wanted to come out because I knew it was going to be a sunny day. And I don't mind the cold when it's sunny. It's just when it's grey and miserable, which we get so much of in the UK. My mother thought I was mad when I messaged her on Tuesday. I was like, I'm taking the day off on Thursday. I'm going to Wales to climb mountains. And she's like, you're absolutely insane. Stay in the warm. Don't be so ridiculous. And I was like, oh, maybe you're right. I'll see. And then I saw the sunshine this morning. I was like, yes, this is our day, but not Wales. We'll do the Bath Skyline. And so here it is. Oh, bloody trees in the way. I don't know if you can see, and hopefully get another view. I've got the front end camera, so I can't zoom. But to be honest with you, I don't think you see anyway. So, aha, right. I'm going to go and get you a nice view. Give me 1 second.
Found him.
Yeah.
What did you call him?
Oh no, he's just a nightmare. Yeah.
You can clearly see the Empire Hotel. Lansdowne is just behind the trees.
Isn't that St Stephen's Church?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a lovely view? Perfect day for this walk, for sure. And I do highly recommend it. Also, if you've got doggos, then they're great off lead most of the way, and no sheep if yours are reactive as my two. Anyway, so cannot remember what I was saying, but I think it was just on the fact that I'm on a regrounding week. I'm always regrounding when I'm here. What I've been up to, so just a lot of zooming. There's been a lot of Zoom calls this week. I was due on a podcast. I tell you, this podcast is just not meant to be, with my friend Hannah Power, who I actually met on a business accelerator back in 2019. She played sort of a key part in the theme of my book, #No Filter Needed. We were in an accountability group together. We were talking about, I can't remember what we were talking about, but you know, we were talking about if we were writing books, what we write books about. And she just turned around to me one day and she said, "God, Camilla, it sounds like you're really pissed off at your industry." At first, I really didn't like her for it, because she called me out. She called me out on it. And that's what it was for me. I didn't actually realise. And so I think at that moment, I felt attacked for sure. And then afterwards, I was like, shit. She's right. I am pissed off at the beauty industry and the cosmetics, you know, companies. And that's how the book came about. So a little side note. Anyway, Hannah's got a great podcast called Flow. Go and check it out, because there's some really nice episodes on there. And so as I said, we were supposed to film like last year, and then it got postponed, and then it got postponed again. And then finally, the new year starts. She's like, "Camilla, I'm so sorry, like, thanks for your patience. Let's get this booked in." So we're all ready to film yesterday. And I'm on another call doing my hair and makeup frantically, because I stupidly pushed all these calls together in my diary, which meant one of them was on the phone. So I'm like doing my hair and makeup while I've got the person on the loudspeaker. Had I not had that call, I would have seen the email come in 15 minutes before saying, "I can't believe this. Like, my camera has gone down. We need the camera equipment for the reels and everything. I'm gonna have to postpone it again." So I just laughed. It was a little bit like in a flap anyway, so I was quite relieved. I'd rather go into a nice chat with Hannah when I'm not sort of strung out on back-to-back calls. But I just said to her, I was like, I feel like this podcast is not meant to be. Like, the universe just does not want it to happen. But we are determined. So it's booked in for 2 weeks' time again. So not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after. So hopefully we'll get it done then. But yeah, so what's been going on this week? So I found a local candle maker. I literally just pitched up to the sort of warehouse yesterday morning, which is actually really near my gym. And there was no one there. Sort of I hung around for a couple of minutes. And I was just about to leave, and then this woman arrived. I was like, "Are you the candle lady?" And she's like, "Yes." I was like, "Oh, amazing." I was like, "I found you online." And she's like, "Oh, come in. So I went into the workshop and basically just told her what I needed, which is some white label candles to send out to, well, for clients really. So I'm going to pause because this is a big ass hill. For clients, for gifts, for our brides, and yeah, just other clients. But also what I'm actually currently doing is creating these little gift boxes for wedding planners to send out. So like little self-care packages. And this is for the hair and makeup agency, so CJC Hair and Makeup. So I'll be sending those out at the beginning of Feb. So I'm putting those boxes together, and I just want to support local businesses. I actually used to do candles before for clients, and I used IKEA ones. And in fact, I made some prototype IKEA ones in December. Took a bunch of lovely friends of mine who are all in the wedding industry, a few planners, a photographer, florist. We had a select mix there, out for lunch. When was that? 22nd of December that was, after my final wedding of the year. Yeah, just wanted to give them a little goodie bag. So I made up these little prototypes with our new stickers on. So now I just need to make the real deal and have them in stock for future. So that's what the candles are about. And I just need to print some new labels, because these candles are actually smaller, and the labels that I printed before were like massive, because the IKEA candles were quite big. So that's what I did yesterday morning. And then I was on these Zoom calls, and these Zoom calls were with various people that I have recently met online. And so on that note, LinkedIn is the way forward for me this year. That is my focus for 2024. To be honest with you, I'd say I'm falling out of love. I think I've completely fallen out of love with Instagram. I'm just tired of it. It doesn't bring me joy. It doesn't bring me joy anymore to be there. And I found it increasingly hard. And I thought it was just social media in general, and it might be a little bit of that, but I've really struggled just to be on there. I used to love posting. I used to love creating like reels and things, and it just takes so much time. And you know, I think when I was in London and I didn't have all of this on my doorstep, I was like, well, you know, okay, what else am I going to do? But now I just want to be outdoors. I do not want to be sitting at home creating all this stuff. And it was a creative, fun thing for me to do. And also it obviously supported work. It doesn't do either for me now. And also in terms of coaching, my clients aren't really there. For the wedding industry, absolutely. Event professionals, we're all on there. What we do is very kind of visual, and our clients as well. But coaching wise, not really, not with the higher ticket stuff that I'm doing. And you know, working with more elite people. So, you know, I use it a bit for social. It's okay, but I just find myself distancing myself more and more and more. And yeah, I think you know how you feel about something, don't you, when you have a break from it, and whether you miss it or not. And I just don't miss it. So LinkedIn is my new thing for 2024. I'm going to give it a shot. It has changed a lot since I first ever went on LinkedIn, which was before 2009 when I started my business, because it must have been when I was in like recruitment or something. I probably had a little profile there. Yeah, it's changed a lot. Definitely more social, but it's just more purposeful. It's less trashy. I just find there's so much trash everywhere else. I mean, sure, there's people sharing a lot of shit, but you know, that's all these platforms are an extension of life, aren't they? There's people sharing shit in life, and I'm enjoying being there more. It's early days, but yeah, that is what I am currently focused on and pursuing this year, should we say. I'll still have, you know, Instagram going, but as you can see, YouTube also is up there on the list as I'm restarting these up. I'm not sure what's going to happen to this channel, but we'll see how we go. Mainly just my little waffles for now, just so you can see behind the scenes, really. Also just getting myself comfortable filming again, because it's been a while. So yeah, that is that. And so with me on a personal level, mentally in a very good place today. It's been a bit wobbly just getting back, you know, on track this year. Finally, I'm settling into my new plan, which I'm loving. A bit wobbly the last couple of weeks, but into the groove with my nutrition plan, into the groove with training, which I've actually just loved from the start. So I'm training 5 days a week, weight training with the 15 minutes cardio. I've then got 2 rest days, and my steps are only 10k a day, although today is going to be a bit different, and I'm sure I'm going to get told off about this. People think, well, hold on, more steps, you know, more steps the better. But at the moment I'm trying to teach my body consistency, because it hasn't had that for a very long time, particularly over Christmas, and I think that's, you know, for everybody. And consistency it's not sexy but it's so good for us. It is really good for us mentally, you know, physically. Our bodies know where we're at, our minds know where we're at. So being consistent with things is really, really helpful to make you feel less anxious and feel secure. So yeah, consistency is number one. It is key, and it's something, you know, I'm always talking about. You know, having erratic step patterns, having erratic meals, times of eating, but also like having a lot of food one day and then trying to make up less for it the next day. Like, it doesn't work. You can sort of get away with it depending on your goal, you know, if it's sort of a fat loss goal to a certain degree. However, your body hates it. It's not good, and it panics, as anything would. You know, it's anxiety inducing when you don't know where you're at, you don't know what's going to happen next, and that's how your body feels when you're just all over the place with it. So consistency, guys, is key. Welcome to my office. This is where the magic happens. Well, the magic happens everywhere, really. I've just nipped in here, mainly because it's the warmest room in the house. I love my home, but it is absolutely freezing. And you'd think with the super thick walls of this old building that it would keep heat in, but there's just too many windows and it's just so cold. So I am huddled under an electric blanket, which is on full pelt. I have a heater that's on full pelt. I am not the only one that's cold. Arthur is snuggled under there. Bless him. We're all freezing. So I am quite looking forward to the fact that I get to go out and sit somewhere else tonight and be warm. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just catching up on emails and sorting out this migration that we're doing for our mail outs that we do. So the platform that we use, we've basically had to upgrade and move everything over. And so there is a story here for you, a shocking realization that I had yesterday, and I don't know why I'm smiling or laughing. I had to laugh yesterday because I would have cried otherwise. In moving everything over, I had to basically restart all the automations and also copy the HTML codes and put it back on the various places on the websites. And when I looked at the automation sequences, I realized that one of the groups that we put a lot of email addresses in from that are like directory inquiries for weddings that aren't very specific. They're just kind of very generic, press a button inquiry. It was just a lot of admin time sort of going back and forth to these people who hadn't really looked at us, didn't even know much about us, were just sending inquiries left, right and centre. And I thought, I don't want to be wasting any time. So we put them through a sequence, and then they can reach out with information that we need. Anyway, so Zoe, who pretty much runs CJC, pretty much runs me, to be honest. She is amazing. And she's been with me for 8 years, and I hope she never leaves. So yeah, this group that Zoe's been putting these email addresses into, that's supposed to then trigger this workflow that people are going to go through. Well, that group, I realised, wasn't connected to the workflow. It was another group that isn't even being used. So yesterday, I realised that we had 466 inquiries that we have essentially just ghosted. So this was last night. I was like, crap. So I had a choice. I could just forget about it and just wire it up for the future. I was like, or I just put them all through the workflow and we'll see what happens. I just warned Zoe yesterday. I said, look, we might get a bit of like hate mail through because this might look a bit spammy to some people. However, you have been obviously updating this every week. So there are inquiries that have come through recently that people will want to hear from us. So thankfully, a few people have got back and they've been very sweet about it. Just said, you know, oh, it's really lovely to hear from you, but I got married 2 months ago. But yeah, it was a really big boo-boo. Tech is not my forte, guys. It is really not. I hate it. So anyway, I'm going to just shut all this down. In fact, there we go. Done, gone. Goodbye. And I'm going to get myself over to Bristol, and I'm going to go and enjoy this event and be present with it and hopefully meet some nice new people. And yeah, that's me for the day. And then tomorrow is a new day, and I will be fresher to face the technology things. I'm wondering if Mercury is in retrograde, because generally this stuff tends to happen to me when it is. So I will look that up later. Anyways, for now, I better get on the road.